Hi there, Jackie, owner of Jackie's Yoga Seattle, here at Vertical World today talking about flat feet and arches and balance in yoga. If you have dropped arches or flat feet, you may find that you have a really hard time balancing consistently in yoga and even other things. You may also realize that when you have flat feet or low or dropped arches, that you become a little bit too flexible and weak in the ankles, the inner thighs, and sometimes even the low back. So yoga is actually really great for creating a lift in the arch by doing a lot of the balancing poses and concentrating on how you root from the ground up in yoga. So I'm just going to show you a few examples of how to just start to create some awareness in the toes and the foot to really start to pull up in that arch. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is just to lift all of the toes up and take a look at the toes, and from there start to lower one toe at a time. You're going to notice that it doesn't work out so great, but you're just creating that awareness as you lift one toe at a time and then lower one toe at a time. And just go through a few times. The next thing I want you to do is just start to roll from one side to the next. So from the fronts to the sides to the back. You'll get better and better at it as you go. And just keep rolling from side to side. And you'll notice that you start to use the inner edges of your feet, which start to bring up the arch in your foot. The next thing I want you to do is take a tennis ball, if you have one, or something of a similar size, and just really roll back and forth on that arch, or where that arch should be, and start to really lean in and find that spot that's really pulling up on the foot. You feel that spot where it can really hold in and start to draw up the arch. The last thing I would suggest is coming to a balancing pose where you bring the palms here just to get centered and start to close your eyes and start to lean over. And as you lean over, you start to feel that you're pulling up on the standing leg. So you hover a leg, and as your eyes are closed, you start to feel that lifting up in the arch, and just go from side to side, keeping the eyes closed here, finding the balance as you really start to lift with that inner arch. And then you can start to feel how your ankle, your inner thigh, and even your low back and hips start to engage. So there's some tips to help you start to create that arch. A regular practice in yoga, along with all those balancing poses, are really going to start to develop that arch in your foot. So I hope you find those are helpful. I'm Jackie of Jackie's Yoga.